Check, please.
Hey, welcome back to Everything Money. In this video, we're going to talk about Visa. We're going to analyze the stock, the company itself, see where it's heading. They're getting into crypto. We'll tell you all about it. We'll go over the numbers using our software. We'll show Mo trading it all right now. Check it out. Paul, let's get after Visa, baby.
Thank you, Seth. Guys, follow us on Instagram first. Everything Money Investing. You can take the 2 seconds to do it and then add 2 more seconds to follow Seth, Mo, and I. It really helps us out a lot and it makes our parents proud. So Visa just announced their crypto-backed card was
crypto-linked card. Yeah, $2.5 billion in volume in the first fiscal quarter of 2022. It handles payments for crypto-linked debit and credit cards. This is like going global now, Paul. I mean,
$2.6 billion in transactions, not in revenue for Visa, in total transactions. Let's keep that in mind. I mean, that's not a huge number in the quarter. That's $800 million a quarter. It's not huge. Either way, I don't want my bias of crypto coming out, but
yes,
because I still have yet to have any friend of mine who owns crypto tell me they bought anything with crypto.
That's true.
Doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but either way. So Visa, guys, Visa is a payment processing business and the number one in the world.
Yeah, I got confused last time. They're not issuing the credit. They're just the middleman, and they're taking a chip of every transaction in the whole world. It's incredible. So
let's go to our 8 pillars tools right here, guys. Let's go to Visa. Is it spelled V-E-E-Z-A or V-I-S-A?
First way.
They're changing it.
Yeah. Wow, look at this chart. A high of 250, a low of 190, and currently at 230. Market cap of almost half. This is a quiet half trillion dollars, guys. Mo, if I asked you to guess Visa's market cap, would you guess 480 billion?
No, I probably would have guessed like 170, 180.
I don't think I'd even guessed that high. I would have guessed like 70 or 80 billion.
A quiet half a trill.
I mean, literally. Half a trillion. I mean, it's just so...
It's in everyone's wallet and pocketbook, right? You look at it every day.
Yeah, we just dropped our American Express and went to Visa.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Visa's great. Okay, so anyways. Really quick, they have a dividend here. So guys, remember, for those of you who watch our channel over and over, dividends are not always secure. They pay out 0.6%, which is $2.9 billion. You need to compare the dividends paid to their free cash flow, which we put right above it. And guess what, guys? They can easily afford it. In the last 5 years, they've averaged $11.8 billion, and last year they did $15 billion. They can easily afford that $2.9 billion dividend. Okay, so we're going to go to the 8 pillars. For those of you who've watched videos in the past, we usually went into a deep dive every single time in the 8 pillars. To save some time for you, we're just going to our 8 pillars tab from our software, and it'll show the results of our 8 pillars without us worrying about explaining everything. But at the end of the video, pay attention to Seth. He'll explain to you how you can get a very thorough understanding of the 8 pillars in a very thorough video we made. So, guys, what is this, Seth?
Oh, wow, look at this. So this is valuation. So it's 6 out of 8, and the 2 of them mean we just got to wait till this price comes down, which is the definition of value investing, right?
Yep. So the first pillar and last pillar are our ratios of earnings and free cash flow. We want the 5-year PE under 22, it's at 45, so double. And we want the 5-year free cash flow under 20, it's at 41, also double. So everything else is great. They're buying back shares, they have low debt. I mean, look at this debt, Seth. We just did a Sony video, they had 16 times free cash flow for their debt. This is 2.3 times. All right, and their free cash flow, if you remember, is up in the last year relative to the last 5 years. So this is great. Cash flow is up $6.3 billion in the last 5 years. Guys, everything here is great except for the price. Remember, guys, it's not what you get, it's what you pay. Price is what you pay, value is what you get, right? You want to make sure that you're getting the right value for what you're paying. Now, does this mean don't buy it? I don't know.
My guess
is it means don't buy it.
My guess on Stock Analyzer prediction.
Yep.
Around 110, 115 area. Just because I'm looking at the valuation metrics.
I'm going to go less than 100. I bet you Stock Analyzer tool says less than 100.
85.
Because this is such a mature company.
It's true. It's true, but
and the growth is going to be where?
I mean, it seems like they have so many users. I don't see those users going away. I only see them.
Yeah, but where are they getting? But everybody has a Visa. You know, we have Dynasty Owner.
Well,
Dynasty Owner is our fantasy football game. Go to dynastyowner.com, check it out. Dynasty Owner, I check sometimes the credit cards. 90% are Visa.
So that's true. But when we also talk about expanding to other parts of the world that are developing, they're also going to use a credit card too.
Correct. And that is very true. But like a Discover card is like 1 in every 30 transactions.
Yeah.
They're much more likely to get market share than a Visa. So I'm just sitting there saying you have to, when you're looking at companies, is this too much to pay? I don't know. If two companies are exactly the same, all the financials are exactly the same, but one can grow 20% a year, one's going to grow 5% a year, you're going to pay more for the one growing 20% a year because growth is an important part of every company's analysis. Right, Seth?
Yeah, I was speaking of that growth. They talked about how they invest in crypto in different ways. We always talk about that free cash flow. I'm looking at their 10K. We talk about how they can buy back shares, how they can make acquisitions, but what happens if they're just YOLOing it into Ethereum? What do you think about companies that are doing that?
I think that's stupid. I mean, listen.
Also, look at the amount of money they're doing. Is it play money? Like, are they taking a couple $1 million and throwing it around? Like,
I doubt they're doing a couple million. Well, let's look at their balance sheet real quick.
See the relativity of it.
Let's look at their balance sheet. Total current assets of $26 billion.
Okay, so if they take $100 million and they're playing, what's the big deal? You know what I mean? Look at it relatively too. Now, if they're taking $2 billion, okay, different story.
What do you think, Paul?
I think we're going to run the stock analyzer tool. Okay. Guys, every investment is the present value of all future cash flow. The stock analyzer tool has been so phenomenally popular with our users because it allows us to make assumptions about the future and tell us exactly, based on those assumptions, what to pay for the company. Okay? So, the stock analyzer tool, let's go to a 10-year analysis. Now revenue growth. Oh my God, I actually am surprised by this. Look at this 10-year revenue growth number. 10% a year.
Yeah, that's incredible.
5 years, though, is 8%, so it's decreased. 1 year is high, but guys, I think the last year has been quite the anomaly.
Yep.
Now, your goal should be to make conservative assumptions and then buy companies out of the 10,000 out there, make conservative assumptions, and buy the companies that fit those conservative assumptions. So, revenue growth. I'm going to go 4, 6, and 8% revenue growth. Profit margin. My Lord, look at this profit margin. Is this Tesla?
Yeah, it's Tesla's. Yeah.
It's 45 to 50% profit margin. It's an inside joke on Tesla. All right, so
go on.
45, 47, and 49. Free cash flow margin, I'm going to go 45, 48, and 51, which might be low. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I understand that's low. PE, 13, 15, 17. 13, 15, 17. Actually, I'm going to go 14, 16, 18. And then 12.5% return. Guys, always do 12.5% because you can get 9 or 10% from an ETF doing no work. So make it worth your while. Give yourself margin of safety. Analyze button. Yep, $90 a share is the middle price. Low end of 70, high price of 120. Now, I did go low on the PE. Actually, I didn't. The middle number is 16 PE.
Yeah.
Now, I did go lower on the free cash flow,
yeah.
and I get that on the free cash flow. But at the end of the day, it's about $90 a share. What this means is if you pay $90 a share for it and these assumptions come true, you're going to make 12.5% return on your money over long periods of time. That's exactly what the stock analyzer tool is here to do. Obviously, the less you pay for something, the better your return is going to be. Seth, it looks like you're
well, it hasn't been this price in 5 years, so...
You know why? Because the economy has been booming for 5 years. Mm-hmm. Apart from a 2-month recession that we had,
yes,
or whatever it was.
A recession.
We're YOLOing right now. I mean, look at their revenue. Seth, look at their revenue in the last year. Look at this revenue jump in the last year. 26 billion to 32 billion. When have you seen that revenue jump in the past? Total dollars. $6 billion jump. We don't have a $6 billion jump at all here in the last 10 years.
I see.
When they were 1/3 the size, we didn't have that big jump. Now, let's see if they're doing a lot of acquisitions with this money. So we go to no acquisitions. Look at the cash flow statement here. If you go to the cash flow statement, in the investing section, it'll tell you acquisitions and dispositions. A negative number means they bought because it's money out. And they've only made a few acquisitions that are very negligible in the last few years. Because it's Visa. So my opinion is, I love Visa. I'm going to add it to my watch list, but I'm going to wait.
Patiently wait.
Yep, patiently wait. Now, that doesn't mean, Seth, that you have to avoid doing Visa, but what do you do?
Well, I was looking at it on a day trading chart right now because you and I were day trading yesterday. And so when you follow the rules, which Paul, we actually, you and I both missed out on because we had to leave, sort of give up on our rules as we moved on with our day. You know, day trading is interesting, and you can join the day trading tier in the Bidnass Nation. Mo, what's going on with Visa over there today and long term?
So I've looked at this on the morning show a couple of times. The concern that I had after they had this big earnings report that came out, they jumped up to that 200-day moving average, and I was worried that it would fall right back down to this 210 level, but it hasn't. It actually jumped up above the 200-day moving average. So right now, this is what I would do. I would take it over to a long-term chart. We're starting to get this little pattern of uptrend right now. We have created a W. So this went up, came down yesterday, and it's moving back up. So you have that W created. Let this red line start breaking up towards the top and add on engulfing candlesticks. You're going to have a nice run up to this 255 number if everything works out like I just said. But it's very important that you got through that 200-day moving average, and you did. So with the W formation, most importantly. So let's see. Although volume is declining, so pay attention to that. Just make sure you're paying attention to your volume.
You always warn us on those flagpole patterns, but you're saying this one's actually showing support.
So this one, I always warn you on flagpole patterns, but let's see what this did. Here's what it... Here you go. You had this yesterday. I was worried that it just shot up like this, and I thought it would come right back down. But it did create a little pullback yesterday, and now it's going. So hopefully that can continue up to that 255 level. But you need volume.
If you're drawn by numbers and this resonates with you, you can get the software. You can join our community. Paul, tell them how.
So we created the software because when we first started this channel, one of the most common questions we got was, how do I get the data behind you? Because we were using another service. So we invested hundreds of thousands, hired 4 or 5 developers, created the software. It's all available fully on your mobile phone. You get everything we did in the video. You get everything that's coming up here, including the current retirement calculator, 8-pillar portfolio, exclusive daily content, 1-2 videos a day from Seth Mower Eye on the app. You get the 8-pillar portfolio. You get everything that's coming up. But most importantly, guys, the biggest thing is most of our users are alone in how they think. That's why they're drawn to our channel. But when you don't have people to talk to you, it can feel like a very lonely road out there. We have our amazing chat community with over 6,000 people that you can talk to about all your investment ideas. And guess what, guys? It's not everybody who agrees with us. We have people on there who say, Paul, you're wrong about crypto. You're wrong about Tesla. Great. It's about engaging in conversation and talking about your investments. This is all available on your mobile phone for $1 per day. If you can just increase your returns by 1 or 2% or decrease your losses by 1 or 2% a year, it will lead to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in retirement. It's a no-brainer, $1 per day, 2 ways to sign up, everythingmoney.com or Patreon. The benefit of everythingmoney.com is that you don't pay sales tax yet because we're not big enough. So go sign up, and that price you pay today is locked in for the future at that level. The price goes up every month. You'll stay at the price you paid for that level. So sign up now, everythingmoney.com. Go sign up, $1 per day, no brainer.
If you're drawn to this, click the video below. Our 8-pillar analysis is explained in full. We'll go through all the numbers and Paul will tell you how to get there. That is our take on this company, on Visa. We will get after it more. We'll update you in the future on the stock and things change. But in the meantime, stay calm, be patient, 8-pillar on. We'll see you next video.